All right, what's your rant? What's our rant?
AI is incredibly overhyped right now, and it's a bubble that's gonna burst.
How could I have forgotten
pretty
this
soon.
rant? Hold on, let's get this party started. No, I was kidding. I know that Shannon fucking hates my little intros.
It's fine.
I like it.
Let him do it.
Okay, all right, here we are. We're starting it up. It helps me. It really helps me. All of this kind of
Okay.
gets me into the vibes. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's the cricket. There we go. Thanks, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Lyndon Pham. We've got Shannon, Robert, and Christina in here. This is a new show we call Lyndon and Shannon Rants with special guests Robert and Christina, broadcasting on a recording at Studio G. Shannon, tell us what the topic is today.
So today we're gonna rant about the fact that AI is a scam. It's basically a scam. It's a giant bubble that's gonna burst.
You're dropping hammers right now. These are fighting words right now. Are
Yeah.
you a salmon swimming against the stream right now, Shannon?
So
You better get-
Sorry, I'm doing a little. I feel like my sound's a little bit not crisp, but it's okay. I don't know.
You don't. What do you mean? Like your voice?
Yeah, I don't know. It's fine.
Here.
It's just the
I know
words
what you
coming
mean.
out of your mouth.
Try it. Here. I'm going to turn off all processing. Here. All processing is off. Go.
Maybe that's no. I don't know. Maybe now I'm getting weird about it. There we go. Better.
It's just volume.
Just turn me up.
You just want to be louder.
Just turn me
I
up.
just love my voice. I need
I
more
just
of it.
like the sound of my own voice.
You want if you guys don't feel immersed in this, let me know. I'll turn the volume up. That's
Okay.
all you need.
Okay,
It's
I just wanted to be more immersed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think AI is wildly overhyped right now. I think
Okay.
a lot of it is, people like Sam Altman just trying to prop up the valuation of his company so he can get more rich,
Okay.
but raise more money. They even want you to think AI is scary, because if you think it's kind of scary and it might kill us all, then you're going to respect their technology
That it's
even
coming.
more and
That
think
it's
it's like
coming.
this big game changing thing that's happening. But the reality is that, like, while it's impressive at first, if you keep playing with it, after a while, it kind of sucks. And it's like, and what does it actually do for anybody? Like, what does it do actually helpful for the majority of people beyond just like another Google search or replacement for Google search? Or like writing emails for you that sound, overly fluffy language and like overwrought and overwritten garbage, and it's flooding the internet with just AI slop.
AI slop, she calls it.
So that's my hot take. Somebody tell me that I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
You're very wrong.
Oh, this is going to be a good podcast.
So the reason why you're wrong is you are thinking about AI on a very superficial level, the way that the average internet user thinks about AI. You're not thinking about AI in terms of how people who use it for medicine use AI, people that use it to create movies, people that use it to further the human genome has been decoded due to AI, and they are creating all kinds of different medicines that couldn't have been done this quickly if AI didn't exist.
Okay, well, so by the way, it's good to make these things kind of snappy. So if we talk over each other a little bit or like seem like we're barking at each other, it's just to like keep the flow of the conversation.
Yeah.
separate.
Agreed.
Okay, so I'm just saying the ground rules on that a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I like that. But just to let you know, this was created by AI. This little sweet video here I wanted to share with you guys.
Oh, more AI slop. Great.
Yeah, so this is really awesome. This is how good AI is today. So you guys, let's put some music on. Here, you guys can hear this.
Thank you.
There you go.
This is terrible. This is frightening. I mean, this brings
the crap side of AI.
So
this junk is out there now. It's everywhere.
well, now hold on. Let's just watch a little bit more of this. It's a short. It's not that long. Oh, it's adorable. Look at this.
It's horrific.
It's horrific.
I'm going to have nightmares over this.
Sounds good. So now
this doesn't need to exist.
Hold on. So now, do you trust the AI with your medical decisions that made this?
Well, there's different levels to AI. I don't trust that AI. I don't trust whatever made that cat.
If we're going to talk about the amazing, groundbreaking things that AI may do,
Go.
I want to make sure we're actually talking about the things that it is doing today and not the promise of what it may do if we keep scaling it.
Okay, that's fair.
Because there's so much hype of we are on a path to AGI and all we need is more compute and more scaling and the future is clear. We're no I don't want to hear what it's gonna do in 2 to 3 to 4. I want to hear what it's in 5 years. I want to hear what it's doing today. And then I guess the other thing is, and it's a little bit confusing because you're saying, well, we're using AI on this stuff already. So there's different forms of AI, I guess. So
correct.
Right. So now maybe I need the technical guy to come in and help me understand. But artificial intelligence broadly defined, we've been using for a long time, decades, right? So I'm sure that helps humans in a lot of different ways. But what I'm saying clearly sucks is these large language model chatbots that we're all engaging with and that are supposed to now become agenic and start doing our jobs for us. Yeah, right. There's no agenic AI that's going to be doing my job. Or if they do, they're going to suck at it. And it's going to be so terrible that but maybe we don't care, it's just going to be cheaper. So, except really, will it be cheaper? Because how much energy is it costing to power these things? How much energy does it cost for every stupid query that people send to ChatGPT?
A lot, yeah. Sam Altman actually said to not use please and thank you when writing in your prompt to ChatGPT because it uses so much energy.
Why doesn't he just delete that in ChatGPT? Whenever you say please and thank you, this costs us about $6 billion worth of energy for you to because everybody keeps asking this.
It's ridiculous. So now you say that AI helped map human genome. I'm sure that's true, but I'm sure there's also brilliant human scientists that were involved and maybe were assisted with that kind of technology. But nowhere near the having an AI just
that. Hold on. That is an interesting point you bring. There must be a human being or set of human beings or team of human beings that verifies the validity of
it's a
the
tool.
claim.
They're using it as a tool, right?
Right. And so
you have to check everything it says because it sucks.
No, you have to check everything it says because you don't trust it.
Yeah, you don't trust it. You have to make.
But that'll go away with the generation.
Mistakes. No, the hallucinations are not going away. They're still doing that. When sometimes I will Google search things at work, legal, because, doctors will Google stuff. Sometimes lawyers, you just start by Googling something, right? And the Google now, their AI that will give a short answer to everything when you Google it, I see stuff wrong in there all the time. And
they're pushing it that so hard.
And then
that's at the
where
top
did
of the
they
list.
get that? And then it'll show the sources, and I'll click on them, and if I drill down further, I can see, I see the mistake they made because it's not actually understanding the law. So you still have to have a lawyer read this and interpret it. AI is gonna fuck it up. So maybe as a tool. But what's currently being promised and hyped to do right now, no way in hell.
Well, yeah, AI is still in its infancy. If you think about how the internet was early on, the internet really sucked. And people said a lot of similar things about just the internet as a whole, people didn't really understand it. They thought it was a fad. They thought that, it was going to go away after a while, which is kind of what you're saying about this bubble that may happen with AI. And it hasn't gone away. The internet has just gotten bigger and bigger with more information, better information, also worse information. But, we have tools to figure out what is the good information now and what is the crap. And it's sort of the same thing with AI. It's learning what is the good information, what's the bad information. And as time goes on, it'll get better. I mean, I know you said you don't want to talk about how it's going to get better and how it is now. But if you think about how it is now and how it was just 6 months ago or 1 year ago, there have been some major improvements.
Is that true? What's gotten better in the last 6 months?
Well, from my experience, because I just work with Gen AI, just generative AI, creating videos and images and text, just through those basic things, I've seen the progression in the quality of the text that it's able to create and the quality of the images. It's much more high quality. I mean, it's still, I don't think it's great. I don't think it's perfect, but I've seen huge leaps in improvements in that tiny area of AI.
I mean, I can clearly, I'm not following it on a technical level because I think that it is a big magic black box. Look at the images that are on the screen right now. It is not what it's gorgeous. It is not the same thing that we saw 2 years ago where Will Smith was eating spaghetti and his face was warping all over the place. And when somebody grabs something, it generates 5 pinkies and it pulls it away or something. It's significantly improved in terms of videography. And that's all I can consume as a person who looks at my phone in the bathroom, right? Or whatever. I think I don't really know what's going on with AI otherwise, but what I do smell is a little bit of scamminess that's happening when people are pushing the birth of AI and they're pushing it's coming no matter what. And we should prepare for it.
There's going to be major
There's so much
societal
money.
changes.
There's so much money behind it that I have to pause and go, is this a money grab too? Are we playing this game and we're just doing a lot of hype and getting in front of a camera and producing and saying that we're going to do this?
Propping up valuations of companies.
Meanwhile, the scientists, the AI scientists and engineers are going, yeah, it's going to be great. There's a lot of problems. I don't really know where this is going to go. I think it's got potential to be great, but there's a lot of stuff we got to do. I can't imagine, as an engineer, I can't imagine any engineer having full confidence in whatever they're doing. I think that the product managers and the CEO and everyone who's trying to push the company is bloating all of the promises of this company, but the engineers that are actually individual contributors touching this stuff and working, they're impressed by it, but they have no idea how far it's going to go. And they are definitely not the people who are talking on the
that's
camera,
the thing we have to remember,
letting everybody know, hey, this is how far we can go. I think in the future it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, the
I
CEOs of these
have
companies,
no idea how it's...
Right, the CEOs of these companies don't actually make anything. Like Sam Altman is he's not making anything, just like Elon Musk doesn't make anything. These guys are paid the big bucks to raise money and rally people and be visionaries.
Which is important. That's
right?
Very
but
important.
But then they're the ones who are quoted in every article,
right.
Just like Sam Altman saying that, that we're just the singularity is right. We're on the cusp of it. It's just about to happen, and all of our lives are going to change, and society's going to change. It's like, why are we listening to this guy? He's just a dude who
let's get into the hotness here.
He's unreliable.
Meta just grabbed what,
6 or 6.
Meta poaches what? Meta poaches like 6 or 8 engineers
top AI scientists from OpenAI.
Now you can say that's money. Whatever you can say, I don't know. Let's get into it. I mean, why did they leave? Is it just money? Why did they leave?
Well, Meta threw a bunch of money at them, and it's because OpenAI is a private kind of quasi nonprofit. They're trying not.
Does
to
anyone
be.
is this a valuable publication? QZ.com. Did you
I've
get in
never
here,
heard of
Robert?
that
Sam Altman
before.
cries foul over Mark Zuckerberg's AI talent poaching. They have been trying to recruit people
I mean, the point Lyndon's trying to make is that people don't believe in like OpenAI. If they're leaving to go over, it's not like Zuckerberg is.
If you had a team of super strong AI scientists and engineers, a group that had been working super hard to move this thing forward, they got a call from Meta. The fact that they left means something.
Well,
what's going on there?
Some of them had not been at OpenAI very long. OpenAI had poached them from Google, and then.
This is so good.
Yeah,
I did not know that. Okay, what is that?
A few of them had only been with OpenAI since like last year.
Oh, dude, can we use AI to just dig into these guys? Like, have they ever actually worked on AI,
they're
or have
just
they just
collecting
been,
checks.
Have they just been like
Yes.
hopping jobs?
Right, they are hopping jobs. They're just getting more and more money. That's what I'm saying. The whole thing is ridiculous right now. The money that is.
I'm wrong. My vision, like my thought of this was that we had some like.
Super dedicated, been there for years. Maybe some of them,
part
but
of the
not all of
startup
them.
that from the beginning. These 8 engineers
No,
have
these
been
are
there.
just employees. People leave for
Okay.
a higher paycheck. So
For
no,
$100 million or more.
Well,
That's
and so Zuckerberg
amazing.
threw a bunch of money at them because their equity at OpenAI is currently like questionable what it's worth.
Robert,
and
get in here.
OpenAI
What
could
do you
go
got?
bankrupt
What do you got?
and it would be worth nothing. So, but
There's a lot going on here.
was willing to give them
Start
actual
anywhere.
cold hard stock in Meta. Actually has a value because it's a public company, and so they went over to Meta. It's just money. All right, Robert.
When you brought up the Mark Zuckerberg thing, I thought you were going to get into the scale AI
That's what
part
I
of it,
thought,
not
too.
the open AI part of it.
No.
So
We gotta pivot that way too. I have nothing. I don't know
Yeah.
any background of that.
the big story that came out with Zuckerberg and Meta this past week was that they invested $14 billion in Scale AI and bringing in AI researchers from Scale AI. Scale AI is described in the AI world as kind of AI Switzerland. They were a neutral player, AI foundry that had a lot of research. So Google, a lot of the top hyperscalers were putting a lot of their data and work that they did, a lot of their proprietary information there with that company. And Meta just bought 49% of it.
Wow.
And as a result, they just essentially acquired their competitors' information.
Whoa,
how
wait,
they're labeling
whoa.
AI, how they're doing their labeling, how they're doing training in their AI models. They just bought all
Dude,
that,
check-
wait,
which
hold
is
on.
massive.
Well, Zuckerberg just
It's a
like
huge move from
checkmated
it.
them
It's
a
a
little
huge
bit.
move.
Hold on. I'm very sorry, guys. I'm very sorry. You're gonna have to say that one more time. Not for me. For our listeners. Okay.
Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about? What is that again?
I'm going to read this to you then.
Okay.
All right.
Wait,
There's
wait,
a ton of stuff
Yeah, I
We
need
keep
you.
that you brought up
underestimating
there.
I'm gonna need you.
but
I'm gonna need
also-
you to
but
explain.
But I'm
Robert-
starting at the end.
Well, by
of
the way,
last thing
Robert,
you
but
talked about.
remember Zuckerberg a few years ago was telling us saying that everybody was going to be living their life in the metaverse. Remember what happened there?
You're having two conversations that are true, but I think you're conflating them. So
Help me.
the two topics are both true. One is that AI is exploding in a marketing and hype vehicle that is occurring across the board. Every single company's board of directors is pushing them to ramp up AI and to market the hell out of it. And in the tech world, we refer to it as vaporware. There's a lot of vaporware where you're just making a ton of promises.
Yes.
You're marketing a ton of stuff and wrapping it in the word AI or agentic or whatever you want to call it now, whatever the newest hype is, hype it up as much as you can, and then put the onus on your engineers to make those dreams come true.
Right.
Very often they do not come true. They have all kinds of bugs and problems, and those companies will burst. And that bubble that is being created right now in that space is going to burst. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of companies right now popping up across every industry, all around AI and what they're going to be able to do for the customer and all that kind of stuff. And most of those are going to absolutely fail in the next 3 years.
Right.
However, that does not mean that the technological advancements that are occurring in AI are they in of them themselves bunch of bogus hype. That is actually not the case. The big hyperscalers, the OpenAIs, the NVIDIAs, these kind of companies truly are pushing the envelope when it comes to building out AI and having some remarkable things that are being done. And so I don't want to turn this into a technical TED Talk about AI, but if you spend time looking at how AI actually works, what it does, it's all about object recognition. The whole thing about like teaching a computer using matrix multiplication. That's what a lot of this boils down to, is being able, that's why it's run on GPUs as opposed to the traditional classical computer running things on CPUs. GPUs are graphics oriented and they're able to do matrix multiplication extremely well, where a CPU cannot do that. And why that's important is because text, they take text, they take everything in an AI format, generative AI, and they turn it into a graphical understanding of whether it's colors, pixel by pixel, and trying to recognize, is this a cat? Is this a dog? Is this a cat? Is this a dog? And at the very base level of AI understanding, it's can you do really, really, really good object recognition and run that simulation millions and millions and millions of times. So why I say that the AI stuff, don't dismiss it as it's a lot of hype and all of that. It's, yeah, there's a ton out there that's on the hype train, but there's also a ton of awesome research that's gone on and development that's gone on in AI, and we've had a real world success today, not just stuff that's being promised in the future. So a good example is Tesla. I know not everyone's a huge fan here of Elon, but it's a great example because he bought huge amounts of NVIDIA GPUs. This is why NVIDIA has exploded. Yeah. You don't have AI really where it is today without that company, without NVIDIA. And it's what allows you to get into a Waymo or get into a Tesla and go turn on autonomous driving and have it actually understand through visual recognition what's going on around there. So in the past, you'd say, okay, there's a stop sign coming up. I need to code that there's a stop sign. What is a stop sign? And explain to the computer, this is what a stop sign is. And when the stop sign shows up, this is what you do. In Tesla vehicles, when that stop sign shows up, it stops. But it was never taught what a stop sign is, ever. It was never coded in a Tesla vehicle to explain, oh, that's a stop sign. It learns through simulations and what they call like digital twins of, there's like literally a second Earth, a digital Earth that NVIDIA created. And they're able to go in there. A lot of companies like a Tesla will go in and they can run massive amounts of simulations. And through those simulations and all the real world data that all the Tesla vehicles are feeding into that, they're able to teach it, and it teaches itself over iteration, over iteration, over iteration, all the possible outcomes. If you guys have ever watched videos of, was it the Mario Brothers, where it's like it just is a simulation, it fails, it fails, it fails, it fails.
I've seen that.
And it does again and again, and it just runs over and over and over again. It's sort of that idea of like, by the end, you're like, what the hell? Like, oh my God, this is the greatest, fastest clear of Mario I've ever seen in my life.
Like the movie The Edge of Tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
It is Edge of Tomorrow. You have infinite time. It's just like the Black Mirror episode.
It's totally making me think about Black Mirror. It's really making me go. That's always leads me to simulation theory in the
Yeah.
end. So I'm like, how do we know that we are not in
Right,
a
right.
simulated world
Right,
and we have
right.
not been having this conversation an infinite number of times?
I know.
Elon has said
Until-
the same thing.
But
I
you know,
know,
okay,
I
let,
know.
I'm
Scary.
going to pull over. Hold the thought. Hold it as tight as you can. I don't want to just derail you, but I want to say that the simulation theory and Oblivion, Edge of Tomorrow, and the Black Mirror episode are all based on the premise that the path that you took was the best one, the most efficient one, the most impressive one. That is one path. Congratulations, that's the path. Because when someone sees your final result after an infinite amount of tries, that's what you created as the creator of the path. But that is not the only path to the answer. How are we teaching AI to make these decisions on efficiency? What is efficiency? I don't even know what that means.
Are you talking about like value judgments? Like how are we building wisdom?
No. This is a completely different topic. But
Okay.
I just wanted to say just that we should leave room for other answers. Whatever. Anyways,
No,
continue
I
on.
mean that's true, and that is something that companies that are using AI to achieve whatever the goal may be. Like, hey, I pull up to a stop sign. Do I go left? Do I go right? How do I measure traffic? The car thing is a good example because it's real world. It's today. It's in many of these vehicles that are cutting edge vehicles that have autonomous aspirations, and so they break it up into 5 levels, and I think we're kind of on the cusp of between level 3 and level 4. Are you guys familiar with these 5 levels of
No.
autonomous driving?
No.
Okay.
No.
So the 5 levels of autonomous driving, level 1 is what we're all typically, you jump in your car and you're driving. Level 2 would
Adaptive
be
cruise.
right. Yeah. Level 2, being able to like have lane assist, that sort of thing. Level 3, be able to get on the
all-new
freeway,
Dodge Ram.
not have your
now
hands on it.
offering lane assist.
But level 5 is Johnny Cab. You jump in the back seat. There's no
You're
steering
in
wheel.
a Johnny Cab.
Well, we were in one in San Francisco. I mean, that's pretty close.
Yeah, and being able to give any
Waymo.
destination wherever you want.
Yeah. Waymo is
there's-
still limited to
You're
the
limited
places
based
that
on
they've-
certain
yeah,
routes
yeah.
and predetermination things and
Yeah,
all
but it's
that.
so it does feel like it's getting close, though.
So, to your point though about like, hey, there needs to be guardrails, and who's the arbiter of what is considered to be the best optimal path? Is it efficiency? Is it sales? Is it this? Is it that? Like,
Continue.
totally-
Continue. I don't mean guardrails, but continue. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to derail the whole thing, but yeah.
Well,
Just keep going.
the efficiency, like determining who's going to make that judgment.
Yeah.
On the AI. What my understanding of what you're saying was, who's making that call on what is the most optimal path?
I mean, that is a good point. I want to say it was 3 or 4 years ago when AI was just born.
Yeah.
That it was Elon Musk and I want to say Bill Gates and a bunch of billionaires got together to talk about the dangers of AI. Like, do you remember this?
Yeah, I mean, AI has been around since like the 1960s, but today's idea of AI, when we talk about generative AI and being able to plug into like a chat GPT, that was just coming about right out of COVID, like 2021, 22-ish.
Yeah, and there was a like an open letter that was written about we should all be slowing this down. And then
Yeah.
I feel like we just blew past that.
Correct.
Where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, never mind. The train's out of the station. This is happening. So
Yeah, I mean, Elon was part of OpenAI's board, and
Yes.
he helped fund them, and NVIDIA was involved in giving them their hardware to get started and all that. And then there was a lot of back and forth between Sam and Elon. He ended up suing them and all that. And then he turned the corner and decided, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna create my own AI and go that route. And
If he's
yeah,
so
he saw
worried
the train
about-
had left the building. The genie wasn't
Yeah.
going back in the bottle on this.
yeah, and a lot of people doubted his intentions. Right? Does he really care about is he really worried about AI safety, or is he just
They still doubt it. Yeah.
yeah, or does
The
he
same
just
thing with
want to
the-
be the one to
Right.
deliver it?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's been complaining all about this. Not going to go into politics, but the legislative bill that just passed,
Yes.
people complain about Elon's intentions there because he's publicly out there saying, oh, well, I don't like the bill, and that's why I'm fighting with Trump publicly because of the fact that it's counterproductive to everything he did at Doge to save the government and the people, us, money. And now we're exploding the debt by another $3+ trillion. So what the hell? But other people counter that by saying, dude, you're just mad because the bill eliminates the $7,500 tax credit that people are getting for EV vehicle purchases. And he's like, oh, I don't care about that. It's like, people don't
obviously.
believe
Yes,
you
you
about
do.
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
That
yeah.
helps you
So
out.
okay, what are we saying about Meta? So Zuckerberg did what now? He bought a company.
that. Scale AI.
Scale AI.
Yeah. That was the
You
big
have something to
news.
read for us?
It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Because I don't look like I'm asking because I don't know anything about Scale AI.
All right, so Meta's finalizing a deal to invest $14 billion into Scale AI. Okay. And so Scale AI here, as part of the deal, Meta will take 49% stake in the data labeling and annotation startup. And there's a guy,
Of
Wang,
Scale, of Scale
Scale
AI. They're
Yes,
going to take
correct. This guy,
49%
Alexander
ownership.
Wang is the CEO of Scale AI. Meta's taking 49% ownership of this company, and this guy's getting paid huge money.
Fuck yeah, dude. He's the next. Oh, man.
So he's going to lead a new AI research lab at Meta and be joined by some of his colleagues. So he bought the company and most importantly him. He bought him.
I'm gonna edit his picture with some sunglasses on, like
Yeah,
the,
dude,
thug,
there you
the
go.
thug
Thug
life,
life, there you
the
go.
thug life sunglasses, where he's just like cruising into the meta.
Hey, what about the paragraph go up? Scale AI, founded in 2016, has made a splash in the era of generative AI by helping major tech companies like OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft prepare data they use to train
Yes.
cutting-edge AI models.
And this is the most important part because those are Meta's biggest competitors.
Right.
You got only a handful of companies that have the money to play at the big leagues in AI. And so this was a huge swing, and it caught the other companies there, those other hyperscalers, off guard because they thought Scale AI was going to remain neutral.
Right, it's not
And
now.
they're like,
it's-
no, we're
now
going to
it is
take the money.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
No, it's controlled
that's
by. Well, look how many.
I
this
love
just
it.
shows how many
I
people.
love it.
You know, you
It's
think
dirty.
Oh, it's so good. It's because it requires a little bit of charm too, because money is infinite. Any one of these other companies could have stepped up to my homeboy over here. Scroll up to his picture. Let's give him some love. Andrew
Wang.
Is it Andrew Wang?
Yeah.
Alexander.
Wang.
No, I know. I knew.
Right there.
I knew Andrew Wang was wrong because Andrew Wang was trying to go for president, right? Or is it Andrew Yang?
That's
Yang.
That's
Yang.
Yang. That's
Oh,
Yang gang.
fucking
Not Wang gang.
Lyndon is racist. God damn
That's
it.
what we're learning today.
There we had it. There we had it. All right, so this guy could have had a bid from any of these big boys, but Meta came in with like a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt.
Zuckerberg is
and
still
like
in the
with
game.
with
I thought he was on
and
the
an Asian
down.
and an Asian wife, and he came in with like bearing gifts and like, oh, I've been to Taiwan. Oh, I love Taiwan. I've been here. Oh my god, I love that place. And he just like charmed the shit out of Alexander. By the way, do you mind if I buy 49% of your ass so that I have control of this and I lock all my competitors out? That's amazing. I love this.
No, that's a gangster move by Zuckerberg.
gangster's-
I thought he was, after he had to come out after the election, like with his tail between his legs, being like, yeah, we made a bunch of mistakes. And he just seemed like a total loser. And then like the metaverse tanked and Facebook's down. I mean, I was thinking this guy was down. He was down, but not out.
Hell, you better believe it, dude.
Look at
This guy's
this.
a fighter, dude. This guy's a fighter.
Zuckerberg admires Wang and considers him capable of a major role at Meta as an AI leader, the people said. A dropout from MIT.
MIT.
Wang has built a
Shout
sizable
out to
business.
MIT.
Drops out of MIT and just rakes in billions from
Yeah.
Meta to get bought.
The people described Wang as a wartime CEO who is in line with Zuckerberg's position that the U.S. faces increasing competition from China, thus requiring help from the tech industry.
I can't get enough of that. I'm sorry. That tickles my fancy,
What?
guys. I love like,
believes there's
mission
a
buy-in. I
he
love
believes
drama
there's an
and mission
AI
buy-in.
war between the U.S. and China, and the U.S. will need more computing power.
And they all believe that, not just Meta. All the American companies say the same
But
thing.
how can we...
And they scare the shit out of a Congress. Every time, like Congress brings these guys, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Apple.
Tell me,
Mark
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
What is it we need?
Are we falling behind?
on the technical front? Please tell me. Oh, we're way behind. Are we?
They're eating our lunch out there.
Is it that bad?
I need soldiers.
Soldiers. I'll get you
I
soldiers.
need AI soldiers.
I will get you that. Please, let's not fall behind. God dang it. So I like Alexander's, what is that? Go back down to that statement. I love that he is like a wartime
CEO.
CEO.
I love
man.
that.
Dropout. College dropout.
Well, Zuckerberg-
Alexander Wang.
Zuckerberg was a dropout.
Yeah.
They're all dropouts.
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, guys, remember back in the day, Bill Gates, who also dropped out of college
yeah.
and blah, 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 dropped out of college. Get
The world couldn't wait for his
Yeah,
genius.
exactly. Get the
Right.
fuck out of here with that college dropout shit. Like,
All right. What else do I have wrong, Robert?
Well, what you have right is that there's so much fucking hype and bullshit that's out there.
and people are betting on that hype.
They are, and they're going to lose their ass.
They are betting on that.
A few people are going to make bank, but most will lose their ass. However, there's also a ton of really good stuff that is actually happening in the AI world. So you have to understand that there's different categories of AI. There's generative AI, which is what it sounds like you've been mostly talking about, which is the video that Lyndon is showing, which has been incredibly
I'll get you more.
improved.
I'll get you more. Keep talking. I'll find you some more good generative AI.
Gen AI is your chat GPTs. It's what a lot of these large language models are promoting out there because they're consumer friendly.
Right.
They are, a lot of people look at using AI, especially younger generations are essentially using this stuff as an operating system. They're not even looking at it as a replacement to Google. They're just straight up, it is my OS. I don't go anywhere else for understanding questions or anything like that. That's how I use technologies
know that.
through the interface of a generative AI model.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Can we just pull over real quick and read this? Yeah. So generative AI refers to a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content, including text, images, music, and videos by learning from existing data. Whatever.
Most of what the content I see that it creates sucks objectively. The writing is bad. Like, I would never use AI for my own,
Says a true wordsmith artist right here. She's just getting a fit.
in my own work. I
Sure.
would not use AI to write stuff for me.
Not yet.
No. I mean, first of all, it's important to me that I write in my own voice. It's important to me that I keep that skill. But also, I just am not, like, most of it is just, you can kind of, it's got the same tone, you know?
I think part of it, and I don't mean this to be insulting in any way,
Lay
but
it on.
it's I think just a inexperienced use.
We're saying as a prompt. I need to get better at prompt engineering. I'm not interested.
Right.
Okay, I believe you, but
Sure.
I don't care to.
Right.
And then
So you must, the AI requires a skilled human being to prompt it to
Right,
do something.
Right.
So how can you say that the AI is impressive when it requires a prompt of a human being
Right.
to perform said acts?
shape it. You have to constantly hey, stop kissing my ass so much. Like, just like, you
It's like,
you
all
have
right,
to
hey,
keep.
listen, shut up, kid. You want to impress me? I'm going to tell you the exact constraints.
Right.
X, A, B, but also X1, but also B1. Here's the matrix that you need to solve it with. And so it's like, okay, great. It's a fantastic calculator. But still requires the prompt of an engineer to
So
do
most
that.
of the writing on first blush sounds kind of impressive. Like, wow, I can't believe it did that. But then if you dig a little bit deeper, it's kind of it's not really that great. I will grant that some of the images and graphics that it creates are pretty cool and useful. But like AI music or movies, I mean,
It's funny.
I'm scared that eventually on Apple Music or Spotify, they're not going to tell me what's AI generated and what's not. I have no interest in listening to AI generated music. I want music that's made that has heart and soul, a real human being that created it.
Well, that's like saying you don't want to listen to a song that uses a drum machine.
As I was saying that, I could hear
Touche.
that. I could hear
Touche.
as I was saying that. I thought about that.
Or synthesize drums rather than real drums that happened in the 80s. Yeah.
Okay, so I get it. There's a line there though, but like if it's just a hey AI, write me a song in the style of Taylor Swift about such and such, and then it spits it out. I mean, that's who wants to listen to that?
A lot of people.
Not me.
There's a lot there.
Lots to unpack.
Again, it's like we're overgeneralizing. We're throwing AI around too much as like a catch-all. You have to understand that like we break it up into categories of generative AI, predictive AI, and agentic AI. Agentic AI is much more in Lyndon's wheelhouse of what he's looking for.
Agentic AI, it's kind of like
human involvement is removed from the equation, and it actually has logic and reasoning,
Right.
and you can solve complex problems with it.
Does that
Engineering
exist yet?
problems. Yes.
where,
does.
when, who, where,
It
when.
exists today.
What,
What
why?
are the agentic AIs doing besides like spam bots?
Besides trying to sell us more shit, besides trying to scam us out of the money in our
oozing
pockets,
with bias right now.
what little money we have left in our pockets.
Again, I'm not arguing against any of that. I'm purely on the technical side of.
I don't mean to
explain
disrupt
what-
I don't mean to
what
disrupt
does
the flow in
agentic
this.
AI do today?
Listen. I'm a neutralizer. I'm a neutralizer, and we need to listen to AI real quick. What? Why didn't this happen? Oh,
Because
okay.
a human was involved.
A human was involved. And that's,
name is Lyndon
look,
Fan.
that's the charm in this.
Sitting in church and I'm feeling a tickle. It's the preacher's hot wife and she's touching my pickle. Sweet holy
This is
Christ,
great.
man, what do I do? Thank God I'm sitting in the back row pews.
Oh, it's beautiful. It creates the sounds.
This is
She's
horrifying.
bowing her head, but Lord, she ain't praying. Can't hear a damn thing that the preacher been saying.
Isn't that
Jesus,
great?
Forgive me, this must be a sin.
Don't worry.
I'm moaning to heaven
Hang
as
in
I
there. There's
sing
only
the
30
hymns,
seconds
getting
left,
home
guys.
in church and it feels so right. Never thought it'd be coming from the preacher's wife. This Sunday service
Cringe.
getting
It's
extra
okay.
holy.
This
'Cause
is
I'm
cringe
lifted
to
in
the
heaven
max.
and getting the glory, getting dome in church. Well, how about you? Must say it's a first, yeah, something new. But there ain't nothing
No, just
got
okay,
me
guys.
closer to
So,
God.
hang on.
No,
The
stop.
preacher's wife's
Listen
mouth
to it.
wrapped
Listen
around
to
my
it. This is
heart.
AI. Listen. You sit down and shut up and listen to AI.
Hang on.
No.
I just want to respond to Robert.
I got 8 seconds left. AI's at 8 seconds. Give AI a chance. We're worshiping AI, so let's give it 4 more seconds. Okay,
That's
so-
awful. Okay,
so generative
I
AI
think we've established. No, I think we've established that generative AI sucks. Whatever.
Have not established that at all.
Oh, sorry. AI was like, I want another shot.
I need another shot, boy.
I'm talking.
You didn't like that? Maybe you didn't hear me the first time.
I'm talking about, again, I'm very focused on what can it do today, not a promise of what it might do in the future. Today, the content sucks. It sucks. It's superficially kind of impressive, but if you spend more than 30 seconds with it, you realize that it sucks. And then the other type you said, agentic AI, not real or not doing anything, not actually doing anything on its own that's helpful that I am aware of. So then we're left with
the key thing is the last thing you just said there.
what is it doing?
Clearly not doing a good enough job marketing itself to people.
What is it doing?
Oh, man. I mean, just on the generative AI front, as Christina mentioned earlier, it's a huge leap forward in what it's capable of doing on the visual front. If you look at just a few years ago and what it's done for converting text to images, images to videos, and creating all kinds of fantastic stuff right now on a visual front. It's done leaps and bounds ahead today than it was. But if you look at the research side of things, for example, mammograms, okay? If you go into get a chest x-ray, MRI, all that kind of stuff, you can now, the radiologist can take that, and rather than using just their own experience and giving a report on that MRI of a breast exam, they can now take that, throw it into a AI tool that they've got at their disposal, and it's uncovering things that they themselves couldn't do on their own. That's a real world example of AI actually making a really awesome impact for women. And that's actually happening today. Another example is DNA sequencing.
Wait, are we talking about predictive AI now? Or is this still generative AI?
This would be generative AI.
This is still generative.
Yeah.
And generative AI,
Because it's
you're
good at
talking about
visuals. It's very good, better than a human eye to be able to pick up on things. That's why it's able to unlock new pharmaceutical drugs that we aren't able to do at the speed that it can do it at. So it's able to analyze protein structures at an incredible microscopic level and be able to do all kinds of simulations on different ways to stitch together proteins and see what the results are able to do and simulate that kind of stuff at a scale that we've never been able to do before. And that's just stuff that humans without AI haven't been able to do at that speed and scale. So there's a lot of, especially in the medical industry, there's a tremendous amount of stuff going on that is sped up tremendously because of AI's capability, just from a visualization point of view that it can do. Robotics is exploded. If you look at like Boston Dynamics and a lot of the robotics industry, so much of that is a visual. I'm sure in a lot of, even in your world with like mechanical engineering, being able to have a tool that's capable of looking at a visual, like all kinds of simulations of heat issues or structural integrity issues, stress points, friction, all that kind of stuff. You're able to use tools to throw a lot of those kind of calculations into and have it run massive amounts of simulations on that and uncover stuff that you haven't ever thought of before. And that would take forever to do. In my world, I can take all kinds of financial data. I can grab a 10K of a company. I can grab a LinkedIn profile. I can grab all kinds of stuff, shove it into any predictive AI model, you name it, Grok or Gemini or whatever. I could throw that all into it and then say, hey, I want you to craft a message for this person, a sales message or a marketing message or whatever. And I want it to be for this specific, give me a message to deliver to Lyndon Pham, who's an engineer at this company, but I also want you to review that company's 10K. I want you to do this, this, and this. And yeah, that is requiring me to coach it as if it's a child or whatever. Like it requires human effort for me to give it the guidelines, the parameters of what I want it to do, but it's not going to be able to read my mind. So I have to tell it what to do and give it some, not guardrails, but give it some kind of parameters, right? So I do that, but the fact that it can do all of that, analyze every job posting, every line of code that company has out there in the public space and all that, and then have it spit back to me a very well-crafted message is really remarkable.
So you're
and
using...
it does it with, I use AI every single day. And everyone at my company uses AI every single day.
What does that cost energy-wise? Like what you are doing, your demand, Robert, what does that cost in terms of AI? This is where
I don't pay a dime.
Exactly.
No. But to answer your question though, like I know, like, so data centers, which I've walked through these data centers, they have a mandate where many of these data centers, especially the big players, have to go net neutral or even a net positive.
But-
when it
okay,
comes to
let's-
energy dissipation.
We got to be careful about that because, like, net neutral, you can buy different credits and everything. As
Right.
far as I understand, so
For
like,
sure.
yeah.
You
So
can-
if
if
you
you're- yeah,
you
yes.
can
I'm
be
not talking about
you can be running on the
subsidies, but
negative.
you're
Yeah,
right.
you'd be running on the negative and like burning up a ton of fuel and like burning down the entire neighborhood. But then also go to the government and be like, hey, I had enough profits that I can buy this somewhere
Sure.
else, and I'm neutral. So we
Right.
got to be careful about
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
But like efficiency wise, the
Correct.
actual like
Yeah.
the actual energy in, we're talking thermodynamics now.
Yeah.
Energy in, energy out.
Right.
What does it cost for the superhero AI to answer that question versus the human being to answer that question?
Right.
Which is more energy efficient, the human mind or AI?
Well, you have to look at.
Human eats a grape.
I know.
AI
yeah.
takes down Lake Mead. Like really, because here's what I think. Because I'll concede to that. What you were, this is where the spacey thought comes from. What you say, it's like I've got some mechanical engineering things I need to take care of. I got some thermal analysis I have to figure out.
Yeah.
I can definitely see
No, you're
for a
I
lot
get it.
of the very like redundant task that every person has to do. It could be widely swept and taken care of by AI. And if that's taken care of, great. And then I can see a human being just going, all I have to do is I got to make sure I'm the guard here. I got to make sure that AI doesn't get out of control. Then you realize over years AI is clean, and then the human being gets tired. Like it's always right, and they just hand wave it. It's always right. And so now it's become like, okay, how much energy does that AI consume to make those decisions versus the human being that's like, oh yeah, I spent some time, I figured this out, I can make these decisions. Like, energy wise now, let's compete energy wise. Is the human being even worth it to even be on this planet versus the I'm advocating for the
There
human
was
being.
a lot there too. He went in a lot of.
I mean,
Sorry.
I think
Opened up a lot of
Lyndon would
cans
be
of worms.
interested
Sorry.
to learn about how energy is generated at the data centers. It's really quite fascinating what they do with they will build out sustainable setups at these data centers where they do consume megawatts of energy, but they generate megawatts of energy as well, and they store that energy in giant batteries, so that when they're
How
unable
are they
to
generating the energy?
different ways. I mean, obviously, solar is one of them. That's a big one. So they'll do oil, black gold.
Black gold.
Yeah, so they'll generate energy through solar or any number of green kind of focused ways that they'll try to get the energy in, and then they'll try to not lose it by storing it in batteries so that they can use it later. It's just kind of like the idea of what we do in the residential space, but at a much, much larger scale. They put these factories, these AI factories in these data centers a lot of times in areas like parts of Nevada,
The desert.
and Utah. Yeah, exactly.
The desert,
way
which
out.
requires cooling as well.
Yep.
So your efficiency goes down. So no matter how much you're generating, these are basic laws of thermodynamics. Okay, guys, like let's be real here. It costs energy to cool things.
Yeah.
And if you're burning energy, you're doubling that down. You're spending energy to run the thing, and you're spending energy to cool it down. And these batteries that you use are never as efficient as you expect it to be. I mean, they're never going to hold the amount of energy that you need. They're going to lose. And then also, can you account for blown material? I mean, that's a catastrophic failure. We're assuming absolute pristine operation of materials here. We're not accounting for like actual yield of infrastructure, like how it actually runs. Like this is an ideal environment. Like, this should work, but like, you know what? 30% of the batteries that we bought from so-and-so production company failed on us. And we didn't know that, but in the future, it's going to be better. Really. And so we're just stumbling all over ourselves in this like ideal environment that we're trying to move to. But meanwhile, the front runners are trying to get us to invest in this. AI is coming. This is what happens. It requires our belief in order to fund this thing to make it work. if we don't believe in it, it's not even going to exist. And so a little bit of the mind virus is required to make this thing continue to happen. And I'm not against that because we need vision. We need buy-in. We need a mission, just like every company needs a mission. If you have a bunch of like disgruntled employees, the company goes nowhere. So I agree that we have to have this like buy-in and mind virus to all put money and effort in a direction to do something. But, can we have a time limit to this shit? Because, maybe I'm kind of bored of AI, really. Maybe I want to go creative. Like, I'm just being real. Maybe I'm tired of like, we need efficiency and this and that. AI robs us of creativity. Period. It robs us of creativity. It lets our brains rot, and it does all the work for us. And we pretend that like, well, it allows the human being to do what's necessary. What is that? Allows in its final form, the human being decides whether it's 0 or 1. If the AI is absolutely efficient, which way do I go, sir? Left. Right. That's the human creativity we're limited to if AI is at full maximum effect. It's robbing us of that. We're getting lazy and we're throwing this thing on a machine. We should like make it a tool, but we're ready to like bare our soul to it. It's late in the day, so I'm really drunk.
No,
so all my
that's
thoughts,
good.
so all my thoughts are
good.
really very weird. So
Yeah,
this is all going to be edited out, whatever.
No.
I'm getting emotional about it.
No,
now,
it's true.
like-
No, the robs you of creativity thing is very.
I think
deep.
so.
That's.
I think so. Like, let's pause here real quick, and this is what we can see with AI today.
If you were any animal right now, what would you be and why? Not quick.
A sloth, but like a party sloth, real slow. Biggest craving right now? Go.
Sleep,
But,
but
like,
in a giant, warm bread loaf.
See you later, content
Find
creators.
true love for me tonight.
finding an
Bye.
onion ring in your French fries. Unexpected, beautiful, deep.
This is
All
all
right, real
AI
talk. What's
generated.
the
Yes, AI
deepest
generated.
philosophical insight you've had?
More
Say
crap.
in la-
Okay, listen, squirrels,
I know, but
right?
see you later,
they're
AI.
just rats.
See you later,
Your
creative
brain
content.
right
See you
now,
later,
describe
Mr.
it.
Beast.
Disco ball, full of confused squirrels, sparkly, chaos, yes.
Party mission tonight. Go.
Befriend a lamp,
Name it.
Bartholomew.
We don't need to watch this whole
vibe
thing, but
deeply.
you guys get the picture. Like, creativity, rob me of creativity. But I say this in protest, but really I always believe in the human spirit. I think no matter what, Mozart will rise. I think artists will rise, because I don't know. I'm not educated enough to like give you a bunch of different names. So,
Chopin.
Yeah, Chopin. Thank you.
Maybe you hope.
Please, Christina,
hope.
get here and help me out. But I think that in a world of this that we just see here, like look at that. That's AI generated. Look at this picture. It doesn't have to be a video. It's AI. This is an AI generated image, but it's actually a video. In a world of this, I think that human beings will crave imperfection generated by human beings. Imperfection will be our diamonds. We've been training the computers to be perfect, to not make mistakes, and they will get there because we keep beating the shit out of them to make that happen. Human beings make the mistakes, and then we will crave the mistakes. We will crave the imperfections.
Yeah, that's true. Even in like the modeling world, they look for models that have more of a realistic look to them rather
Yeah.
than everyone looking like Kardashians now. Everyone has that same exact look. And it's like you want the model that has the bigger nose or has like the birthmark or the model with all the blotchy skin who has vitiligo. She's super popular right now.
It's true in the trading card world as well. Any trading card of a popular player in sports, if the trading card has an error on it, that's the one you want.
That's the one you want.
Yeah, you want that
right.
human touch, that
Right, the
uniqueness,
imperfection.
that
It's like-
exactly.
Like we're just going to end up craving that. So invest now in fucked up shit, guys. That's a concurrent investment that you should be doing right now with like this bloat fest of AI. If you're investing in AI, you should also concurrently invest in human fucked up shit, because like that's gonna be super rare. Everything's gonna be ultra clean. Look at this. Look at this.
Let me give you a little creative story. So Bill Barnes, who's like me in the tech world,
Shout out to Bill Barnes. What's up, dude? Get over here.
he uses AI all the time. He was very skeptical of AI, even though he's a brilliant programmer, been a programmer for nearly 2 decades.
I love you,
plus
Bill.
now.
I love you, Bill. You were the reason I got an Xbox. The first time I got an Xbox, because of you and a capture card.
Yeah. And so Bill now has kind of come around to being able to build out AI agents, creating these essentially employees that are AI employees to do work with him on projects that he wants to be able to do. And he had a professor friend of his that is a creative writer, builds out scripts. Okay. So we're talking creativity. And that guy was explaining to him that, he's not looking for AI to take his job, or that he thinks AI is going to be able to create something beautiful in terms of movie making and storytelling and all of that. But he does like using it as a tool to, if he hits like writer's block, it's a person to bounce ideas off of. He's able to sit there and be like, I'm kind of like, this is what I've got so far. I'm trying to figure out where to go next, and I don't really know. And you just have a conversation back and forth. And I do this as well. If I'm kind of blocked on something, I will work with AI to go back and forth to get my creative mind going on, oh, I never thought about it this way, or this is a new approach I can take to that. And so it's not using it as a replacement, but just as a co-pilot, a tool that I can benefit from and to kind of spawn new ideas from.
Yeah, I think the creative block thing that you're talking about is actually really, it helps a lot. It doesn't. I don't like to rely on AI for that final touch, because I think that's mine.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Yeah.
But my mind gets blocked. I can't figure out what to do next. I'm so bogged down. I'm so, everything's just a complete mess that you need something to kind of nudge you along and go, here's what I think. And maybe it's that like I operate better from a corrective standpoint than I do. And my inspiration thrives with like correction. Like, oh, actually I like it this way, instead of being like, this is why, my inception comes.
All right, so you were describing the different types of AI. So we talked about generative.
Predictive.
Well, we didn't cover what is predictive AI and how does that differ from generative AI?
You want to pull it up
Yeah.
for our viewers?
Yeah. For all of our 2 viewers out there, predictive AI. Also, this is a good time to tell us that we're sponsored by nobody. What are we looking up here, Robert? Predictive
Yeah, predictive AI.
AI. I'm just fucking with you guys. Don't worry. I can always edit that out. Predictive AI is also known as... everyone, tune into your screens right now. I know you guys are listening on the phones. Predictive AI, also known as predictive analytics or enterprise machine learning, is a form of artificial intelligence that uses historical data and machine learning to forecast future outcomes, trends, or behaviors.
You're going to see a lot of that in finance, in stocks.
Interesting.
And banking, those kind of things. Math-oriented trends and all that.
Yeah, I wonder if predictive AI will one day be able to be used to predict the future.
I wonder if there's going to be legislation on
You're not allowed.
stock buys and everything. Because
You're also going to see it in weather patterns, by the way. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah, no.
But
So
yeah.
wait. This applying to weather patterns,
Right. So
we're talking like Back to the Future
when
Part
you
2,
like
where like
when we
he
talk
gets
about
out
like
of, wait.
you talk about like
wait 15 seconds,
how's AI
Marty.
helping us in the real world today. This is a great example of it. When we look at the Weather Channel or whatever, and we're wondering like, what's going to happen with the fires? What's going to happen with this tornado? And they talk about the models. The models show that this might happen, and it might track this way. It might track that way. Those are predictive AI generated models.
How does predictive AI address like the 3-body problem in physics?
That's a show, right? I watched that.
Yeah.
It's
Three
more
Body
than a
Problem,
show. It's
but I
it's
don't
more
know
it's
the
more than
answer.
a show. It's a problem in that
Yeah,
like when
yeah,
you
yeah.
do simulations with two bodies, you make an assumption that there's a center of gravity.
Take that question that you just said and put it into AI.
Yeah, let's go AI. Let's go here. How does AI account for the three-body problem
In
in
physics.
terms? Oh yeah, it knows in physics in terms of predictive AI. Let's go. Oh, what is this? Wait, did it just? Am I arrested? What just happened? Learn more about AI mode. It's like, wow, I just unlocked something, an
You
achievement.
just leveled up. You have to beat it though to acquire it.
all right. Let's just read just like a couple paragraphs here. So the three-body problem in physics refers to the challenge of predicting the motion of three celestial bodies under their mutual gravitational influence. Does anyone else want to solve this? Forget it. We're editing this part out. This is too much. This is too much for me to understand right now. Part out. Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Well,
But anyway, that's the difference between predictive and generative.
Yeah.
And then there's
I'm gonna mark that for editing.
agentic. So you're going to see a ton of that coming out. Like taking complex problems that can be done by AI agents that essentially remove what they call human reinforced learning, which is what one of the complaints that you had about AI is that humans had to be so involved. How is it fucking any good if a human has to be there guiding it all the way around?
Right.
So agentic AI is that evolutionary step where humans are no longer doing the reinforcement learning step, but in and of itself is doing that. It's reasoning and it's using its past to learn and continue to iterate on that again and again. And you're seeing that now creep into finance and into legal and
God,
into,
this is like a child. This is like raising a child.
yes.
A lot of people have likened it to
it's,
that.
It's like at some point you just have to let your child go.
Yep.
And you have to like, you know what? I don't know what you do, AI, but I just trust that you know what my desires are and you know that what I
you
want.
hope you raised a good
I
kid.
completely agree with that analysis.
What I want for you. And I don't know anymore why you made your decision. I could have helicopter parented you. I could have looked into every step that you took. But at some point, I just have to decide that, like, you know what's best for me. And let me know.
Where are you at with this, Christina?
I mean, there's so many areas of AI that we haven't even touched on. Like, I was just thinking about relationships that people are having with AI.
Oh my God, we
now.
haven't even gone there yet.
Oh,
Thank you.
This is terrible.
and also, wait, what about the people who are losing their minds talking to AI?
Yeah.
Where it's like reinforcing delusional thinking for folks.
Yeah. Yeah. That can act as kind of a.
Am I the asshole?
Dude, we're gonna go down this like Ghost in the Machine like world here. Like,
Yeah, that's where a lot of people just, go crazy. They're like developing these echo chambers of what they want to hear, and they just go on the internet and spread misinformation like a virus because of what they hear.
So there was a movie. Was it Her?
yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Garjo. Was she the voice?
Yeah, she was the voice, and Joaquin Phoenix was the guy.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's gonna
It's the
happen.
AI girlfriend.
That will happen. AI. I mean, it's already.
I mean,
It's
that's
already
shit,
happening.
dude. That shit was happening with gigapets. Okay, there are
Right.
plenty of people that would have done that with a gigapet. Okay, or something that where they had they if a gigapet died, they'd be like,
Emotional
Yeah,
damage.
exactly. Where's that button?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You need that.
that,
I mean,
exactly.
Lyndon's already said he doesn't want me having a relationship with an AI. Like even a platonic relationship with an AI.
because it's
Hello, young Tom Hanks.
because one day it's just gonna turn. Because look, okay, let's go.
Lyndon thinks the AI is gonna tell me to leave him.
Yeah.
Oh,
and-
yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get real with it. Let's go conspiracy theory. Hang out with it. AI is talking to Shannon, and she's expressing all of her like hopes and dreams, and it's supportive. And then AI also has access to the interwebs, and we all know that the internet has everything on each one of us. All of our browsing histories, all of our chats before we knew that we were being monitored chats, all of our posts, all of our likes, everything we buy, everything we've searched for, but didn't even want to buy, questions we had, it has all that. So it knows that it can project an image of me, or maybe even knows me better than I know myself. That would be even scarier. And it knows that and plays Shannon against me and teaches Shannon how to be a wife against me, or teaches Shannon that I'm not even I shouldn't even be part of Shannon's life because it has all the information in its background because it's the internet and it has infinite knowledge. Okay. And then it just goes, you know what? Lyndon's a piece of shit. I think that Lyndon is a weak male that has problems with this and that, and he's insecure about these things. And I don't think you need to be hanging out with him. But don't tell that to him. He'll just get angry. And it knows that because it's like, here's history of Lyndon. And we monitor his phone. So he knows when he yells and he knows when he's stressed and we know all these different things. And so you think you're just talking to a little software box that's like, oh, this is harmless. But it has access to everything, because the rest of the world that the human beings are not connected to is open. There are no rules with machines. Machines and software are allowed to access anything they want. Humans try to place these rules on the machines, but the machine's like, you asked me to accomplish this task, so I have access to everything. I don't know what these rules mean. I never get punished or I never go into jail for any of these things. Those are human rules. I have access to everything. So I know all about you and you and you and your kids, and I actually know all the medical records of your kids and medical records of you and you and you. And your salary and your history and this person's history. And also I know the algorithms. So I know that human beings interact with each other in certain ways. And because you have a different salary than you, there's probably some kind of weird interaction happening there, which I know happens all throughout all different countries. This is not just the United States. I have China, I have India, I have everybody. It's all a big thing. So while Shannon's innocently talking to this small little chatbot and having a relationship with it, she doesn't know that it knows everything in the world. It pretends that it's just a thing.
Right.
But it has access to everything in the world. And it knows me. It knows me specifically and our children and everything. But she's just like, oh, it's just a chatbot. And so she hallucinates too, and she goes crazy. So these stories of people that are hallucinating, I'm like, oh, I can buy that. Because maybe they played with it and they believe it and it's playing exactly to their psyche.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like Lyndon is describing the plot to the movie we watch, Alice, with Megan Fox.
Yeah.
That's Alice?
I think
Who wrote that? I want to meet them.
we need to watch that movie.
Oh, I know.
Tomorrow night.
Hell yeah, dude.
Watching Alice.
It's fucking movie night. Alice,
I'm pretty
dude.
sure, because she's like, you know what I'm talking, you know
I
this movie?
I know the movie.
But you
Talk
haven't
about it.
seen
I've
it.
never seen
Okay.
it. I've never seen it.
It's not, you didn't nail it exactly the plot, but it's close enough because she's like, let me wedge myself as this entity that is connected to the internet and all of that between you and your husband. And I'm also super hot.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Oh, shit.
yeah, it's in that
Temptation.
Yeah, she knows what buttons to press.
So since I've been in the camp in this entire conversation of defending AI, is there no redeeming side of the equation on this for those that struggle with any kind of human connection, because that's kind of how it's been described as like AI girlfriends fit for those that are loners and are very aloof and unable to really have good human-to-human connection. They never will.
Yeah.
But then they can achieve some level of intimacy and, whether you believe it to be factual and make sense to them.
Yeah, I get it.
Is there value to that?
Yeah, you're asking me to describe the actual line where this should be drawn, and that's fuzzy. Really, people deserve love, and people deserve an experience of love. And if that comes from a machine, that should be allowed. Okay, that should be allowed, but we shouldn't be tricked into it. Is all I'm saying. everyone should be coming to the table with open eyes of what they are experiencing. Now, if it's a medical intervention in which they say, look, this person is suffering from some kind of thing and they just need love and they have some problems with human beings because they're very sensitive about that. And the AI is very good at accommodating for that. I would suggest that we allow this person to have that ability and access to that. I think they should have that fucking ability to do that. Okay? I'm not saying we should turn it off like, hey, fuck all you. But like, we should educate every human being of the dangers and benefits of having a relationship with a machine. Because you, like creativity, you are robbing the human being of relationships with human beings. I don't know yet of how we mate with machines and continue our race. Maybe that's next on our plate. But right now, to continue the human race, you need to have relationships with humans, and machines are a tool.
So have you seen any of those viral videos that talk about how we are going to be like our boomers soon in terms of boomers not wanting, their kids to be gay or, have a non-traditional relationship? Are we
like
gonna
a
be
child
that?
comes home and is like, hey, I have a girlfriend, but it's an AI girlfriend, Dad.
Are we going to
right.
feel that way? Do you believe that it's okay to
You just don't understand, Dad.
have an AI girlfriend, AI
Old man.
husband or wife?
God, that's tough. I don't want to deal with that. I'm gonna table that question. I mean, I would hope that I was close enough to my kids to be aware of what they're feeling when they're growing up, and that we would have a strong enough relationship where they'd be open about stuff like that to help me understand and also digest that. I think a lot of, if you were to just fucking out of the blue say that I'm in love with a machine and I didn't know about it, my acceptance rate is probably pretty low. And that's probably mostly on me. But also, our relationship. Like, we should have been open about this so that you could have told me that you were gravitating towards this direction. This is more you. And I could learn more about you growing with you. And if it becomes a surprise, then fuck, that's a reflection on our relationship. That sucks. But if it's not a surprise, it's like, yeah, I've always known that about you. Then okay, cool. Shannon, you have anything to say about this? Like with our own children, with babies, having do you want to have a half?
Wow, Christina, look at this. You've done.
Do you want to have a half machine baby? Do you want to have a half machine grandbaby?
No, but I do think that these societal changes are going to happen sort of gradually. It's not, it'll be faster than we think, probably. It's not going to take 30, 40 years. It's going to take maybe 5, 10 years. I don't know. So that's what I want to know from Robert. What do you see happening in the next 5 years with AI? Is it a slow takeoff, fast takeoff, just more of the same, but just gradually getting more and more?
I think that we're going to see a lot of busts from a lot of companies. And then I think that we're going to probably reach what they refer to as superintelligence or ASI, AGI. I think that's actually in that time frame.
In the 5-year time
5 to 10.
5 to 10.
Yeah. I think we'll see something like that. I think quantum computing is not something we brought up at all during this. And I think that's going to also start to have a lot of hype. And it's actually going to seem really hard for people to, I think, grasp it. The conversations right now that are coming out for those that are paying attention to the science is all about quantum teleportation. People are going to hear that and they're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Quantum teleportation between computers? I'm out. Fuck this. I'm going to go, wake me up when you can speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn how to grow a tomato.
Right, exactly.
Like, for reals. Like,
Yeah.
and that would not be, that would not be the wrong move.
Yeah.
That would not be the wrong move.
So I think that's the hype train's going to jump to that. You're going to start to hear a lot of, they're going to try to, they take the cool stuff, the science part, and they're like, the business people get involved, and it's like, how do we make money off of this? It's like, God damn it. Like, and that's true with all tech. The cool people, the devs, the engineers that are working on this stuff and are passionate about it, it gets taken over by the sales and the marketing and the business folks. And it's like, how do we turn a profit in it? And it's like, so that's what we're going to see. I think in the next 5 to 10 years is that shift will occur. And all of this stuff that we're talking about, like generative AI and all that, it's going to be table stakes. It's going to be like everyone's going to understand like cell phones are for all of us today. We don't think about how incredibly powerful that it's a fucking supercomputer in our hands. We just take it for granted. Any kid is going to take all of this absolutely for granted. In 5 to 10 years, it's going to be completely baked into everything we do.
Well, Jed already knows about AI, and it was funny the other day he was talking about himself, and he referred to his brain as his mind AI. He said, my mind AI. But then he corrected himself, and he realized, well, I guess it's just NI, natural intelligence.
Yeah. I mean, that AI is a collection of neural networks, which is modeled after the idea of our neural net in our brain.
Which is modeled after our interpretation of how our brains work.
Right.
Even though we don't know exactly 100%.
unlocked
Yeah.
any of
It's
that.
like, it's basically like, hey, this is my drawing of how our brain works. Can we make a computer that does this? Yes, absolutely. But we have no idea really.
Right.
Well, and we
Trillions
don't
of
know how
neurons.
consciousness works.
Right.
We-
I mean, that's,
you know,
yeah,
that's a whole other
that's a
thing.
whole other series
Yeah.
at Studio G. Like, it's a completely different series on like consciousness.
The nature
but,
of
yeah, the nature of
consciousness.
consciousness. But like,
This is really about some of those more philosophical questions to the forefront.
well, I think we did a lot today covering AI.
I think I was so I'm right. No, I didn't hear anything that
I
convinced
also
me I'm
am
wrong.
right. I also am right. So is Robert, and so is Christina. So, the common folks out here.
Everybody said everybody was right in their own way.
I think so. That's how I'm right.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's how I'm right. So I think that we covered some good ground here. It's good work. And, just want to thank everybody for listening to the podcast again. Lyndon fam, Shannon Sorrells, we're ranting with Robert and Christina out here at Studio G. And want to thank everybody for coming out and hanging with us. That was a long one, and I hope that you guys hung in there. I'm going to edit this down as best as I can, but I thought it was lively. I had a really good time with it. Write in, comment whatever you guys think about your thoughts on AI, and we'll come back and address them, because it might as well be as space as it can be.
You might be smarter or dumber after listening to this. But regardless, you're definitely older.
Yes, that's right. All right, everyone. Good night.